Now to get started into the thick of the stuff here, we are going to do a little superhero Mad Libs. Matt,
Woo!
yeah, this is going to stretch the old creative muscles a little bit here and kind of give you guys something entertaining that you can watch and maybe make fun of this for in the comments. It's all good. All right, so I'm going to kick this thing off, and each person is going to have 30 seconds to add to the next part of the story. So I'm going to start a story involving superheroes, of some kind of scenario, and then Alec is going to take it, and then Josh is going to take it, and we're just going to keep going in a circle for 5 minutes. And then we are going to try two different scenarios and see what kind of shenanigans we can come up with.
It's gonna be
So
shenanigans, I'll tell you that.
it is going to be shenanigans. Total shenanigans. All right. So the first scenario, first story that I'm going to kick things off with is the Hulk and Captain America walk into a honky tonk bar, and they see Crossbones tipping back some whiskey, and they say,
Can we have some of your drink? I don't know. I think Crossbones says, "No, Captain America, I hate you." And then Hulk is like, "There's no need for that anger here." And then Crossbones says, "Well, what are you doing here? Because you're always angry, are you not?" And then the Hulk is like, "Yeah, but this is different. See, you like me when I'm angry, but you're not gonna like me when I'm not angry. So don't make me happy." And then Crossbones tickles the Hulk.
And just then, Superman crashes through the roof and takes out Crossbones and takes him into space. And from there, he puts Crossbones on that part of the moon that for some reason you can breathe on, whatever it is. I forgot what it's called. Takes him and just leaves him there and flies away. Crossbones is there yelling, "What the hell just happened?"
time. Okay, now it's my turn here. Okay, so back on Earth, the Hulk and Captain America decide that they're kind of lonely, so they get out on the dance floor. But every time that the Hulk starts to get his groove on, the whole floor starts shaking and all the chicks fall down and beers are spilling all over the place and people are starting to get a little angry. Cap tries to tell him to calm down, but you know how that goes with the Hulk, and he decides to slap Captain America across the dance floor. Your turn, Alec.
Back on the moon, Crossbones is greeted by the Winter Soldier Space Marine, who says, "Hey, what the hell are you doing here? This is my turf." And then Crossbones is like, "You know what? I kind of like the moon. I think I'm going to take it over." And Crossbones pulls out an AK-47 and proceeds to shoot Bucky Barnes. But Bucky skillfully dodges it, and then he calls on a transmitter for the Guardians of the Galaxy to appear.
Time. Your go, Josh.
And back on Earth, Superman comes back down and tackles Hulk and tells Hulk that he challenges him to a dance-off. But
Keep on going.
they go out into the desert away from the bar because the bar is in the desert. And everybody comes out and watches.
Time.
They have to use. Aw.
So, Captain America decides to bust out some old school John Travolta staying alive stuff. And he even has quickly changes his costume so that he looks kind of like that polyester Captain America suit. You know what I'm saying? Starts doing the hand thing and starts getting down, people clapping. And then Hulk, of course, gets angry and he decides to smash Captain America to a bloody pulp. And takes what's left over and tosses it onto the crowd, making everyone bloodstained. And it's your turn, Alec.
That's your favorite character, right? That's your favorite superhero?
I'm not above killing my favorite superhero, man.
All right, so I'm going to debate this. Okay, going back onto the moon. The signals got crossed, and so the Guardians of the Galaxy aren't going to come. But Thanos is. So Thanos appears, and he asks Crossbones, what the hell is he doing on the moon? And then Thanos is like, Superman brought me here. And Thanos is like, wait, Superman brought you here? I can't have Superman showing me up. So Thanos goes to Earth to challenge Superman to a dance-off.
Your turn, Josh.
As soon as Thanos steps out of his ship and into the desert, both Superman and Hulk team up and punch Thanos into space without his ship, and then they just continue to dismantle and cause his ship to blow up.
All right. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the Hulk is taking random members of the crowd and just squishing them under his feet because it feels good. Kind of like a Dr. Soul's in Soul or Dr. Soul's in Soul, whatever those things are called.
Oh my
When
God.
all of a sudden, Dr. Doom shows up and says, what the heck are you doing? Don't you know that I'm the god of this world here? And Hulk says, Hulk is the strongest there is. And so he grabs tinfoil hat guy and turns him into a big ball and throws him into space right towards the moon where our other heroes are battling it out.
My turn?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Thanos pulls out his Infinity Gauntlet, right? And he bends space and time so that Superman was never born on Krypton, and instead he's just lonely Clark Kent. And so Clark Kent has very horrible dance skills, and Thanos appears to stomp the yard on him. Meanwhile, our who is it? Winter Soldier gets hit in the head by a ball of tinfoil. After unwrapping it, he discovers that it's Dr. Doom. Thanos.
Time.
Dang it!
That's the end of the first round.
What the hell was that?
That was hilarity.
I'm trying to just reflect on what the hell just happened. Okay, so Superman and Hulk walk into a bar.
In the desert. A bar in the desert.
Yeah.
On the soil of Dr. Doom. And they ask Crossbones for a drink, and Crossbones says no. So Superman jumps in and steals Crossbones to the moon. For some reason.
It's awesome.
What the hell?
And then there was dance battles, people,
and
lots of
Dr.
blood.
Scholl's feet.
Yeah, all kinds of gore.
God, you're disgusting, Mike. You're disgusting.
I know. It was awesome. It was awesome.
We're just having a friendly dance battle, and then you have to come in with your pulp.
Dude,
What?
like I said, if I had to write any character in the world, it would be the Punisher, as much as I love anybody else, like Captain America and all those guys. I'm built for the blood and gore.
I really don't like the Punisher at all. I have no interest in him. I'm just kind of like, yeah, that guy's there. Yeah.
I love him. Love him. So, it is going to be Alex's turn to kick us off.
Oh crap. Okay, we're switching this to the DC world because why the hell not? Tell me when I have to start. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just gonna say random words, put them together.
Start now.
Okay, so Batman walks into Metropolis, right, and he sees Peter Parker sitting there, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing here, Peter Parker? I know exactly who you are. You're Spider-Man." And Peter's like, "Well, I'm waiting because I'm gonna get interviewed to be part of the Justice League because the Avengers don't want me." and so Batman sits there and he's like, "Huh, I could test you right here, right now. Let's
Time.
do this."
Josh, you're up.
Spider-Man's like, yeah, let's do it. So Batman throws a batarang and hits Spider-Man in the forehead, and he's like, you're out. And Spider-Man's just like, oh man, another team doesn't want me. I guess I'll go try the Justice Society. And just then, Quicksilver comes in, and Batman sticks his arm out and knocks him over. Because Batman's just that good. And Quicksilver's just like, what the?
Time. So as Quicksilver shows up, the Scarlet Witch along with Magneto shows up, and Magneto seems to be wearing some type of codpiece, upon which Spider-Man says, "Is that a banana in your shorts, or are you just happy to see me?"
What?
I don't know. And the Magneto responds, "I don't really know what that means, but I'm here to take you back to the 616 universe that's been kind of exploded, and we're going to try to put it back together. So we need your help." My time's up. It's your turn, Alec.
Okay, just then, bam! Superman appears, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" No, I wanted to test Spider-Man. Why? Because I want him in my universe, because you guys don't want him in your films. And so, just then, the Flash runs through and punches Quicksilver while he's down. Quicksilver and the Flash race off to have a race fight somewhere. And then John Constantine shows up, and curses out the Scarlet Witch. But then the Scarlet Witch, strangely enough, finds him attractive. And so Superman and Magneto begin to dish it out in the middle of Metropolis, Man of Steel style. And Magneto tries to crumple Superman, but he's like, oh.
Josh, you're up.
Just then, Deadpool comes in and kills everybody there. And so then, by the time Flash and Quicksilver come back, they're all torn up, and they're just like, why is everybody dead? How is Superman dead? And then you just see Deadpool there eating a eating a chimichanga, just laughing, be like, hey guys! And he has got some bloodstains all over him.
Time.
I was like, how much time do I have?
So Quicksilver and, was it the Flash?
Yeah.
Quicksilver and the Flash look on horrified at the carnage that Deadpool caused, when all of a sudden Deadpool pulls out a couple of knives and decides to play pin the tail on the Quicksilver. And so he uses him as a kind of like a pincushion, kills him, and takes the body back to Tony Stark. And Tony Stark decides that, hey, we should put him in the Tahiti program. And so they do, but this time they wipe his mind and make him think he is... my time's up.
Makes him think that he is Colonel Nick Fury. And so, just then, Thanos comes in with his plot device, Infinity Gauntlet, and brings back to life Batman. And he's like, listen, Batman, there's a crazed Quicksilver out there who thinks that he's Nick Fury, and you're the only person that could stop him. So Batman goes back to his Batcaves, gets Batwoman, and jumps in a portal to the 616 universe, where he's going to face Deadpool and Nick. Oh.
Your turn, Josh.
Just then, Quick Fury, that's his new name now. Quick Fury presses a little button, and you just see a little screen comes up and say Avengers Assembled, and then all of a sudden you have all of the 616 heroes busting in, like just coming in, and they're ready to take on Batman and Thanos. Every single 616 hero you can think of, every single one of them, all there, and they're all just, let's take on Batman.
Okay.
They don't even care about Thanos.
And then, as the battle starts to ensue, Thanos starts to turn around and unleash his most secret, devastating weapon of all time, his gas. So he rips a giant fart right there in the middle and starts to pollute the earth, and all the 616 heroes are choking. Even Batman's kind of getting a little teary-eyed, kind of getting a couple stray things going down there. And Batman decides to throw a batarang at his backside and plugs it up so that no more gas could come out. And that's my time.
Okay, so then Thanos, seeing that he's losing, pulls out his Infinity Gauntlet and uses the Reality Gem to mix two of the strongest, most devastating heroes of our time. Kamala Khan, Supergirl, and Squirrel Girl.
I knew it was coming.
And so he unleashes this Super Squirrel on all of the 616 heroes and sees them get decimated one at a time. First Richard Reeds, then Sue Storm, then Frank Castle.
Time. That is the end of round 2.
And
that was even weirder. That was even weirder than the first one.
I think I like that one better.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do one last round. So, Josh, it's going to be up to you to kick it off, and then I'll take it second, and then Alec gets to put his voice in third. Yeah. So I will let you know you're about to start right now.
All right, so you have The Flash and Captain America. No, you have Barry Allen, Steve Rogers sitting down, having a coffee at Jitters, just chilling. And then you have Catwoman and Iris West walk in, and they're both like, hey, they look good. Next thing you know, a bomb goes off in Metropolis, a giant nuke, and then everything just goes crazy. You hear everybody calling, everybody just like, and they're just like, what happened?
Time. Okay, so the nuke goes off, and there's carnage everywhere. So Barry Allen and Steve Rogers change their costumes, become Flash and Captain America, and they send out the distress call for the Justice League and the Avengers, and everybody's running downtown. Flash is running just as fast as he can, but he's not paying attention where he's going. He hits a lamppost and causes like all the buildings in the vicinity, all the windows to smash out. You know, they break, glass shatters everywhere. Captain America falls over the debris, ends up cutting his hand, and Catwoman catches a piece of glass right to the neck, and there goes her character. Okay, somebody else's turn. Alec.
Okay, so Steve Rogers eventually gets to Metropolis, as he's the only one alive at this point, and finds out. He waits there patiently for the Avengers and the Justice League to show up. But to his surprise, when he gets there, the nuke wasn't a nuke, but it was actually the Avengers and the Justice League clashing, fighting against each other for one purpose. The purpose being...
And time.
Okay, good. I had nothing after that point.
The purpose being... Hank Pym told Tony Stark that he was smarter than him. And Tony Stark was just like, hell no, no one's smarter than me. I built Iron Man, and I built Iron Man in a cave. What did you do? You can talk to ants. Oh, you're so cool. So then they started fighting, and then they just got their whole team, their whole universe is in on it. Just everybody's fighting everybody just because Tony Stark has a giant ego.
And time. Okay, so as everybody's throwing down, Tony Stark and Hank Pym start doing a tic-tac-toe game, the ultimate strategy game, to try to see who's smarter. And every time they tie, causing them to get really, really frustrated. So Tony decides to go and ask Bruce for some help, Bruce Banner, that is. And when Bruce tries to come in and help play tic-tac-toe, he gets really pissed, and you know what happens when he gets pissed. So then we have the raging, rampaging Hulk inside Avengers Tower, destroying everything, going nuts. He grabs Hank Pym and rips him in half, and go on to Alec.
Okay, so Hank Pym gets ripped in half, and just then a swarm of ants appear from the gutters to take his body away. Just then, you see the Wasp appear, and because she's really pissed, she shrinks down to the size of a wasp and goes into the Hulk's brain. She stabs him in the frontal lobe cortex and then proceeds to zap him. She's now controlling the Hulk. Her one goal: to stop this feuding between the Avengers and the Avengers and the Justice League. Is it my time yet?
Time.
Okay.
Josh, you're up.
I just realized something because I said Hank Pym, and I realized that Hank Pym is part of Marvel.
It's all good, man.
I was totally thinking the Atom, but I said Ant-Man. Anyway,
it works.
Keep it going.
And just then, Superman comes and I don't know. Martian Manhunter comes and takes over the Hulk's body.
How is everyone taking over the Hulk's body?
He kicks out the Wasp and takes over the Hulk's body.
Okay.
And he just starts rampaging on the Avengers because he's, So, next thing you know, he's up against Hawkeye, who has flaming arrows.
Oh. Mike, because you don't know, Martian Manhunter's one true weakness is fire.
Ah. It was time, so you stopped at just the right place.
All right.
Okay, so Hawkeye, right? That's who you said that was?
Yep. Yes.
So Hawkeye shoots the flaming arrows at Hulk, who's really the Martian Manhunter. He gets him right in the heart, and Hulk falls down and says something witty that I can't think of. And then we go over to Hawkeye catching Green Arrow out of the corner of his eye, doing his thing and saying, who's this guy think he is? I'm the best archer around. So he goes and he shoots a flaming arrow at Ollie's back, and he starts setting on fire, and then he's rolling all over the ground, and somebody else figure out what to do with that.
Okay, just then, Speedy Mia Dearden pops in and hits him with a water arrow, extinguishing the flame. And also right then, there comes the girl Hawkeye, Cassidy, something, whatever her name is.
That's
the girl Hawkeye, and they start firing arrows at each other. They just keep on getting deflected and deflected. But then Red Arrow and Arsenal both appear. They're two different characters. Don't ask me how. It just is. And so they appear, and they're like, our world has more archers, therefore we are better.
And that's time, and that's the whole end of the last round of Superhero Mad Libs.
And
First
so Justice League wins.
That's debatable.
That was interesting.
I think they just
funny.
keep on getting better.
I was totally thinking the Atom, and I was like, then I said Ant-Man, and
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, why would this start a fight with Justice League?
yeah.
I was like, all right, just let it happen.
You know,
Why not? Nothing else.
It's a reasonable mistake, Ant-Man and Atom.
Yeah, for real.
You know, why is Captain America always in this? I feel like he starts this somehow. He starts all the mayhem. He's the one factor that's in every story.
Captain America is like the linchpin character for Marvel. Like, he is that guy who's always like, he's the cornerstone.
That guy.
Well, he still really is, but the way that they're doing it now, obviously they're relaunching everything, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that in the fall.
Well,
but,
I mean, we're gonna have 2 Caps, so.
So,
Yeah.
what'd you guys think about our superhero Mad Libs? Did you like it? Would you buy this if it was an ongoing series? Which one was your favorite?
It's not gonna be an ongoing series. Don't worry about that.
It should be.